Good morning, everybody. We are back to another exciting day on the Northwestern Lines Railroad in Railroader. A new game available on Steam, and we're trying it out. This is the second video. So it is currently 6 a.m. As you can see, we're going to go ahead and close this time window out right here. We just advanced to the next day. And it looks like we do have some cars on the interchange now, which have appeared. This would be the first day we got cars that we're probably going to be spotting and pulling some cars out, because if you watched the previous video, you will know that while in the process of trying to do the tutorials, we got stuck on the spot your first car, which apparently is one that is common. So today, as I explained in the previous episode, we are going to try to make this go away today. So that's the episode. Yay! Make this this spot your first car tutorial finally register and click off. And what the heck is happening over there? It looks like the sky is opening up. That is creepy looking. Whoa. Okay. Anyway, while the apocalypse occurs over to our east, we're going to go ahead and grab this, two boxcars? Two boxcars today. That's all we have. An Illinois Central and an Elgin Joliet and Eastern boxcar. Anyway, let's see here. If I click the tab, I can see where they're going to go. One's going to the Ela House track. The other one's going to Stenzel Manufacturing. So this car will be our shot today, hopefully, to make this work. So Stenzel Manufacturing BB2 track, I guess. This icy car, that's going to be the one that makes today work. Anyway, let's see what else we got to do. We're going to have to go over here. I'm going to have to grab this coal hopper. That's not for any particular industry. That's our company coal for the coal chute, and then our caboose. So a couple things to do here. We're going to go ahead and drop out that tab for the window for now, and then I'm going to go over here and let's see, where's this one going? East Whittier interchange to Atlantic Locomotive Works. So it needs to go somewhere. Empty. Okay. Well, that being the case, we're going to go ahead and do that then. We're going to grab this car. We'll get this over to the interchange track. We will, let's see, make that our first move, and then we will go about the rest of our little things and stuff that we got to do here. So a little bit of switching this morning before we get on the road. I'm going to use the waypoint as the move mode for this. I think that'll be the easiest. So we already have our engine selected. Probably 20 is about the fastest we want to do. And then we'll select a waypoint over here. So we're going to tie on to this car, which is convenient. We're actually already in that track. So yeah, we'll go on and do that thingy. At least it's not a whole lot of cars today, so that'll make things a little bit easier. Of course, we don't make as much money when we do it that way, so, you know, the fewer cars you have, the less money you make. Now that we have tied on, we can get in here and hook the air hoses together. Whoops. I could do this in first person, but I just don't want to today. All right. You're going to go off. And I'm willing to bet. Okay, so that's good. I'm willing to bet this car doesn't have a handbrake, because it's like, yeah, none of these cars seem to have handbrakes on them. So I don't know how they get away with it, but it's the 1900s. I don't think there's even an idea of like a federal agency to regulate that kind of stuff, and that's fine. All right, moving on. So that car is going to tie on to this car here. and that should all just do the work for me, which is fantastic. I love it. That's one of my favorite parts of this. So we'll come on, we'll tie on to these cars here. I just want the caboose, but I'll grab everything in the process here. So I just want to get this caboose set over, but in that process, I'll also have this car on the interchange track. So a couple moves to make in this early morning. It's only 5 minutes past 6 o'clock, and we're already making some progress here. We've already got one car gathered up and on the move. Super. I really do like this waypoint move feature. It's just kind of nice. Like, I feel like after a while, when you play train simulator games, you get used to doing or not used to, but driving the train with the old simulation mode, it kind of gets old, and you want to do things from a different perspective, and this is certainly a new one. So what I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab this car, or grab this cut of cars. Okay, so first person mode here to do this. I'll walk around the other way to get that angle cock, because we're going to have to reroute everything first. And these cars should be hand braked, right? Yeah, release. Cool. So should be the hand brake. I gotta watch where I'm walking here. It's kind of weird when you're walking on this ballast. It's so uneven. And then we'll close the angle cock on this end. Are you all the way closed? Okay, then we can open the line up, and I think we're just going to take this coal hopper with us today. Maybe we'll do a runaround move on it, and then we can get it spotted up. No use for it sitting here on this yard track anyway. So, all right, we're all hooked together now, and we'll go back into that flying overhead mode and call the train out. And go ahead 20 cars, I guess. We're gonna not need that much, but we'll update as we go. So one handbrake still applied. What handbrake is on? Oh, the coal hopper might have a handbrake on it. There we go. Okay, I forgot. This is, yeah, when you do it this way, you kind of have to tell it what to do. Or not tell it what to do, but you gotta do a lot of the moves yourself with the switches and all that. Whereas the waypoint's very automated and kind of does it all for you. No, see, it's just a little tricky doing it this way. Let me see if I can do it from first person here. Might work out a little bit better. So then they basically, it will stop eventually. It won't keep moving. So get that switch lined up, and then we're gonna set the coach car into this like third track over here. And we will then set the cab back over to the interchange track. Oh gosh, I gotta think about that. No, we're gonna set all three of these cars over. Set the box car over to the interchange track. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, maybe two more cars. And then Yeah, we want to go way more over here. So let's see. Yeah, I don't do good with this mode, but it's fine for now. Half a car. That's probably good right there. So we're just gonna go ahead and close, and then ahead 5 cars. Will it work? Will it work? Will it work? Cool. Now that should, if it's working properly, like by doing that, it should put like a little bit of like an emergency set on the cars, so they should stay there for a moment. Then I want to tie a handbrake down. Then we got that. Call him back. Going reverse, 5 cars. Seems to be a good one. I could have kicked it out too. Maybe I should have kicked it. That would have been fun, but there's nothing to stop it in that direction, so you can't really kick a car into a clear track like that. That's a bad move. 2 more cars. 1 more. Half. That'll do ya. Okay. So you can close this up. And I am going to put the handbrake on him because... Apply the handbrake. And then forward 5 cars. Cool, so then you can see the difference here. The NWL 50,000 now is the tag is dim, while over here this tag is still like a solid opaque color. And that just, the dim means that it's where it needs to be. The solid opaque means that it needs to go. It still needs to go to its destination. Okay, I don't have to go all the way. Just enough. Reverse, come back 5. Let's tie onto these cars. The pole hopper is going to go with me to Ela today because it's naturally going to get run around at some point. The caboose will also go with me just because I like to ride on the caboose. But it doesn't really have any much, like, it's not necessary, I suppose. It's just fun to have. When we come back, we need to, yeah, come on all the way. Can you... 1 car is too much. Half. That'll do it. Okay. Got that on there. We will put a handbrake on the coach car. Close the ankle cock here. Oh, come on. Why? Why are you being such a pain? Okay. All I'm doing with this now, I'm going to pull these cars up since I'm already tied onto them. I'm going to pull them up. I should have grabbed those box cars first, but I didn't think about it. I'm going to pull these up to the switch here, and then we'll go over and grab the box cars. Swing them over, double them to the hopper and the caboose, and then we should be good to go. Yeah, so I sort of double handled these cars, but that's fine. We're still making really good time. It's only been 13 minutes since we started, so... Oh, what? That was weird, but okay. What's the deal? What's wrong? Switch is good. Is this switch lined against us? No, that switch is good too, so why are you stopping? Whatever. Not doing well now. Okay. Pull pin. And then let's go ahead another 5 cars. This is fun. This is a lot of fun. 2, 1. That was a, yeah. 5 cars if you're switching seems to be the way to go. Come on back, 5. That gets you clear of the switch, basically, when you're doing yard work. Okay, so we're now coming up, and the cool thing is it recognizes, if you look down on your little, like, your heads-up display, it recognizes where it's at. One more car. One more car. Half a car. Half a car, and then it knows it's approaching. It'll tell you it's approaching a car. Like, it's pretty intuitive that way, so... Alright, we're receiving our cars from interchange. Let's just make sure. Is the Atlantic Railroad conductor leaving the angle cocks all messed up. Hopefully you left a handbrake on it there, so let's go ahead and, yeah, we're good on that end. Let's get the handbrake off. Let's see. Is it this car? Nope. Is it this car? Yeah, release handbrake. So the first car had the handbrake on. We're good there. Apparently you have to oil these things. Yeah, so you just have to click on like one of them, I guess, and that oils everything. So, yeah. Under 100% oil. This caboose has been used a little bit, so let's see. Yeah, we're good there. And then I don't think I've ever oiled these ones here, so let's see. They say they're 100%. Cool. All right. Yeah. Just since I'm thinking about it. I had 5. Maybe a little bit more than 5 cars, but that's fine. So we're going to pull ahead. We're going to cut around to that, and that is going to be our train to Ewa today. We also have to make a stop at Stenzel to drop off this boxcar, which will be one of our first moves once we make it into Whittier proper for that. 2 cars. 1 half. That's good right there. Climbing up. Something that you not super easy to do in Derail Valley is ride the cars. Two. Stay. Oh, 1 car left. Half. That'll do ya. Alright, excellent. Now, can get that all hooked up. Okay, I just wish this was more like just a click. Like, I mean, the reality is that is really how that works. So, like, it's a pain in the butt to get those angle cocks sometimes. They do not want to go. Alright, so we've got all of that. We've got that. If you haven't noticed yet, I'm sort of playing from the perspective of like the conductor or the brakeman, but we're good to go on this end right here. We can take this train onto Whittier proper. So we're good to go. I'm gonna hop on the caboose. Again, we're just gonna ride this caboose out to the right here. And ride this caboose right on out. So road direction forward, and we'll start with 15. I do want to learn more. Let's see. Add from train. Oh, that's kind of... Well, I do want to learn more about these switch list things and all that, but that's going to be for something later. Once hopefully this spot your first car tutorial completes itself. Because I've already done my part. And I'm just waiting on that part to be completed. So let's see. Well, gotta close that up. Yeah, close that door up there. Got too much of a breeze. Too much of a breeze this morning. I did fuel up yesterday, so number 2 should be good to go for the time being. That hopper car, that full hopper, is going to go over to that spur track there eventually. I feel like I should put the coach car. I wish I could put the coach car over on that track. I got to keep that open. That's going to be for the logging work that will probably take up most of the afternoon once we get that customer going. Get our switches lined up here using the map, which makes things a little bit easier. Because we're going to go all the way up and right basically through this little pocket track to do this little job. And then it seems easier just to come back out. So we'll go in, we'll make our spot, and then we can come back out onto the main and go about our business. Another beautiful morning. It's kind of a golden color right now. Looks really pretty. What is that the saying? They were saying it's like pink at night, sailors delight, and then pink in the morning, sailors take warning or something. And the stars are still in the sky this morning. That's kind of cool. Is that wrong? Yeah, I guess you can sort of see those in the early morning hours. Going past the Conley Creek Y right now. Takes you up to the logging camp up at Conley Creek. Something that we'll have to get activated soon to do some more work. But with that being said, I don't think weather really is too much of an aspect of railroader, at least as of right now. Weather or like maybe seasons, I don't think that's really a thing just yet. We shall find out. Alright, so we're here. I might have gone a little bit too far. I was not paying attention, but we'll see where we're at. So we need to get this boxcar for Stenzel spotted up. And what do we got going on over there? Are these cars ready to come out? See, they still show that they're on spot, which means we may not be able to get them another car spotted today because for that reason. Let's see, Stenzel. Yeah, I only have enough room for 2 cars. So this car kind of just has to go and get set onto the lead track here and tied down. Can't really do much more with it, but it'll at least be near where it needs to go for when the time comes. So we will go up here and put a handbrake on because I'm not too comfortable with leaving these 2 cars that way. Yeah, we're on the wrong side, but whatever. Okay. So we'll climb up here and forward. Yeah, we'll do 10. That's fine. Dang, I thought that car would have been good to go, or those cars would have been good to go this morning, but apparently not. Neither of them are. Or I'm forgetting to do something. Let's switch that out. We're just going to put this car right over past the crossing, tie it down. It'll be a later problem. As someone I work with likes to say, it's a future-less problem. I'm gonna hop off here at this crossing. Go. Okay, maybe stop it right here, because if you get it on the curve, it may be hard to couple to later on. So let's see here. Handbrake. It's not spotted, but we can't spot it because the other cars aren't ready to come out yet. Climb up onto this car here and then go forward back out. Perfect. A little bit too far. So now, because that car has to go to Gila, or this car that we're riding on right now has to go to Gila, we're going to go all the way to Gila. Yeah. I gotta remember that I'm doing this in like road mode, so. Oh, that's right. I gotta go into like a yard mode now. That's like two cars. Two cars. Come on, let's go. Just hop off. I don't want to hang on that ladder for too long. One car. Half a car. Perfect. Still on the wrong side. I've been on the wrong side for all these switch moves here. Okay, and then handbrake is gonna come off. We're gonna shove out and then go back up the main, so go back on the caboose here. And can keep on moving. We're gonna go back to the road. Okay, I'm gonna hop off right here actually. That way when we clear, I can just go ahead and bring this train to a stop and we can head towards Gila. Perfect. All right. So, if you didn't watch the previous video, yeah, I could ride in the cab just as easy, but it's, for some reason, I just really like the caboose and riding on the rear end and kind of feeling like I'm actually working as like the conductor. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to ride this train from the rear end because it's just, I don't know, more peaceful that way. I find it to be much more enjoyable. So we're going to get our move on now and enjoy it from the rear end. Let's see, I wonder what's going on with this Holyfield, Holyfield oil right here. Is this car ready to go? Doesn't look like it. Let's see. Can't even see what the status of the car is right now. It's still on spot apparently. I don't know how many days it takes to offload a car. I feel like one day would have been enough, but like one cycle, but apparently not. Yeah, I find this to be a lot more enjoyable just riding on the caboose. It's a different experience for train simulator games where, someone else is sort of like in control of your train. Yeah, you're not really looking ahead, but you don't really have signals or anything to look at least not right now, so um, that's kind of nice. Climb up to the other side here and look out the other way. I haven't quite figured out how you get back on the train once your like person falls off, so that's happened to me a couple times, but hopefully I can avoid that on this trip. It is such a scenic route. I am so surprised that the Atlantic Railway would give up all this territory, but the American railroads in the 1900s, they were absolutely trying to get rid of their little branch lines, at least in the later 1900s. Thankfully, Ela isn't too far away. It's like 10 minutes. And get this boxcar back to the house track. Doing good so far. We'll just check that little map out here and see where we're at. We're rounding the really tight curve. And then we'll be into Ela, where the house track is. So we can work real quick and get that boxcar spotted. So yeah, you might have recently saw the video that I made on RTMS, and I'm still working on RTMS a little bit to get it to like a user-friendly stage, and hopefully in the next like month I'll be able to have it released to like sort of a beta test. With the eventual goal that it can be usable for model railroaders to, digitalize their car card systems and also sort of add another level of like realism to their model railroads. So one of the features that will be prominent, a lot like this game here actually, is the like the dynamic like wave, like not waybill, but dynamic customer service like aspect of it, which instead of your model railroad sort of like, if you do use car cards, a lot of times the car cards are rotated on every cycle. So spot the car like on the first cycle, and then the next cycle you would remove the car and take it to its next place. And this would sort of automate that feature and also randomize it a little bit so that there's occasions where you're not going to simply pull a car that's not ready yet. You'll have to respot. So it could have some interest to a sort of like a model railroad I think, in my opinion, and I think people will like it, and we'll make sure that it's, you know, a fair price that we'll be working out later on. So I think this is the house track. I think this is the house track right here. So now that we're here, we need to do a runaround move. And that's super easy. We're going to go ahead and go into waypoint mode. We're going to grab this caboose. Apply the handbrake just so we have that done. This EJE car is going to go here. Because let's see, I bet you I could, if I hit tab. Yeah, it's going right there. So if you want to do that, you just hit tab so that the tags come up for the cars, and then you can hover, and when you hover, you'll see the track highlights. It tells you that it's on the right spot. So I also got these cars over here at the farm supply, which apparently they're not ready to come out yet. Okay, anyway, we're going to go ahead and uncouple because we got to run around so that we can get on the right side of this car to spot it. And I'm going to do that also just by clicking the waypoint, letting the little fictional train crew go around and do their thing to do the runaround move. That way I don't have to bother with it. That'll be very nice. Perfect. So then we'll come back around, we'll tie on, we'll go up the stub track there, and then we'll get this car spotted. Maybe this will be what finally ticks off that tutorial thingy. I don't know. I'm going to go over here and look at these ELA farm supply cars because I see that they're here. Let me inspect. Like, what do I do? What can I do with this? I see that it's here. Status completed. And I don't know. When does it finally, like, finish its, like, process? I don't know. That's what I want to know. But in the meantime, we're going to get this car tied on. Well, this is also going to help us out because we're going to run around this hopper car for the spot on that, which I'm now just contemplating if I want to flip-flop the chute open on this car. That's probably not good, right? Like, the hatches should probably be closed. There's still coal in it, which means the coal didn't come out. That's very weird. All right. I just can't get over this waypoint move, like control mode, I guess. Yeah, this waypoint control mode, because it's just so much easier to do switching with. Like, yeah, it's gonna come right up here and couple on. Okay, release the handbrake. Air hose. Air hose. Air hose. There we go. Air hose and angle cocks. Oops, I guess I should have been doing that. I forgot to. Go down to the other end here. because we're going to have everything bleeding off. Close that up. Perfect. And then let's tell the train where to go next, which is going to be right here. And it should just know to do all that stuff. We're going to climb on and ride it up to the crossing at least. Alright, we'll hop off right here. It's going to go all the way when we come back. I need like a little like road flare or lantern or something to sort of be like my flagging for the crossing. That's why I think the automobile thing would be kind of a cool added feature here. So you have like little vehicles coming up and down the road, and you gotta like, you know, maybe stop them as your train's coming through. That's sort of like one activity that you don't see a whole lot in one activity that you don't really see a whole lot in train simulator games just yet is like, you know, the fact that like there's a blatant disregard for come on all the way. There we go. Perfect. And see, see our money. We made our money on the car. It's now spotted. It knows it's spotted. But yet, spot my first customer car has still not worked. Still not working. It's registering, it's just not ticking off that box, which is kind of an annoyance. So I think what we're going to do now is I'm going to keep this hopper car like where it's at in my consist, so that way when I get back to Whittier, I'll be able to spot this car and have that one taken care of, just get it out of the way, be done with it. So let's see, did I apply the handbrake? No, but I will. Okay. All right, let's go back to like road mode here real quick. All right, I'm gonna hop on this car here. We're gonna ride it back out. Actually, reverse is the direction we want. Well, since there's a switch against our move. Who turned the switch back that way? That's weird. And it's only 6:44 in the morning, so 44 minutes it took us to make this move from the interchange at Whittier, getting all the cars spotted, which, I mean, I guess it was only 2 cars and there was no poles, so that makes a little bit of sense, but here we are. Okay. So now it looks like we're ready to roll back. I'm going to have this train move ahead. I want to get the main line switch restored back to the main when we clear, and then we can head back. All right. Climbing up. We're gonna go into the cupola. I think will be a fun spot to take this train back home. We're good for 30. Let's do 30 all the way back. Can we open the windows here? No, I don't think we can. No. Okay. That's alright. That's not the end of the world. Some interesting perspective up here. Just occurred to me this is like the funniest looking train ever. Got the engine going, they're facing the wrong way, the caboose is on the wrong end. It's quite an interesting little consist right here. Hey, there's my little guy in my window up there. Can you see him in the cupola of the caboose? That's me facing the wrong way up there, and that's it. Just looking backwards. Look at that. Not a single thing going on. Like, just this 1,000-yard stare. But, man, some serious, deep, like, reflection going on. You guys got some things going on. That is for sure. Alright, so let's see. Let's go up because we're getting close to the yard again, and we can start looking at stuff. So we need to get that car spotted over here. Might be a good idea to set a waypoint of like right over here. Okay. It's gonna kind of need to go that way anyway, so get that car spotted up there too. I think that would literally end up being like every car that needed to be spotted somewhere is now spotted. Like, I don't know what else is going to satisfy this tutorial. Yeah, we'll close you. You're no use to us right now. Kind of interesting knowing at this point because I have the waypoint set, but these switches haven't quite lined up for the move just yet. So I'm just wondering, like, when does that occur? Because he's getting closer here, and none of these switches are working. There they go. Okay. Get that switch lined up there, and then choose another waypoint, which will be right here. Okay, I'm back on the ground, getting this car spotted up. Yeah, that was pretty good, I would say. Handbrake on. And then get this. There we go. Let's see. We'll go out to here. Set a waypoint out that way. And get this caboose put away. That's another car that should be on spot now, yeah. That's where it needs to be. Okay, let me think about this. Is there even a reason to we'll get the switch lined up? I don't know if there's even really a reason to leave this cab like back over to the yard, because our next move would be to go over towards that yard for something, so we could just take it when we do that instead of making, you know, a bunch of extra moves. So I think that being the case, I'm just gonna I don't want to go that way necessarily. Let's set the waypoint. No, we'll do this with this mode here. So we're gonna pull ahead just enough to clear the switch. I'm gonna drag number 2 back into the engine shed, and in the process the cab will just kind of follow along with it. Don't need to make unnecessary moves. That's sort of a decision I feel like gets made a lot of times on short line railroads, especially, where, you know, something that you can only really do with a small railroad, where you get cars that are just kind of out of place in spots that they don't look like they should be, is because the people know that, you know, they know what the next move's going to be, and they don't really necessarily care too much about, you know, making excess moves just to make things look pretty. So, and that's going to be the same case with us, at least for right now. So we'll go ahead and climb up here, get this handbrake on. We will cut away and put the engine in the shed, but that's all we're really gonna do as far as that's concerned. No point in making unnecessary moves. There we go. You can't close these doors. I tried closing these doors already. It doesn't work. But that's fine. We're back home for the day. Number 1 still getting work done. And repairs are in progress. And maybe in the next video we can take number 1 out for a ride. But until next time, thanks for watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one.